morning, Pamela Watson here, or at least virtually so. I apologize for not being here in person, but Mother Nature had other ideas, and I'm down with some sort of flu-like bug. So instead of my red sneezy nose, I'll show you my smiling wine-tasting face and give you some visuals of what I learned about Florida wine country this past year. What you just saw is a whirlwind tour of looking for and finding North Florida wineries. The good news is that I keep finding new ones, or ones that were there but under my radar for some reason. By adding them to the ones I already had, I'm now at about 18 wineries from Flagler Beach to Pensacola, following the trail. So here's a little of how I go about my research. Using suggestions from winemakers and vineyard owners, Google, Facebook, and websites such as tryfloridawine.com and freshfromflorida.com, I track down any possible wineries that I can. My only criteria are that they must make their own wine and they must be open to the public, even if only by appointment. So far, I've visited 13 of these wineries. Using the Florida Department of Agriculture map on their website, I've located the wineries and added the ones that aren't on the map to create a logical trail. I'll use Google Maps for directions and distances between wineries. Several of you have already been on the opposite end of my pen, so you know that my interview style is conversational. I leave enough time to photograph and to talk, and because I never know how the talk will go, I like to have a good 2 hours or more. Winemakers are some of the most fascinating people. As you well know, y'all come from all walks of life and varied backgrounds. The stories of how people get into growing grapes and making wine are interesting, and your visitors want to know about you. Florida wine country is really all about the people. What's in the book? People, places, wine, stories of winemakers and how they got here, places to go and things to do near each winery. All of this is added value to the reader. The book is actually one long wine trail of the North Florida wineries from Flagler Beach and St. Augustine to Pensacola. But within that region, there can be other trails. One of the wineries I visited was Island Grove Wine Company, and I spoke with their general manager, Sarah Ashleman. She is working on putting together a wine beer distillery trail called the Wandering Gator, very appropriate for the Gainesville area. I'll be including that in the book as well, so be sure and talk to Sarah if you have any ideas or would like to be a part of that trail. Finding the Florida Wine Trail. One of the things I found in my research is how fragmented the Florida wine industry is from the outside looking in. On the web, there's no comprehensive list of wineries in one location. The two FWGGA websites, FWGGA.org and tryfloridawine.com, feature association member wineries, but not non-members. They currently list 27 wineries. freshfromflorida.com//wine, the Florida Department of Agriculture website, seems to be the most up-to-date with its listings, but its focus is certified Florida farm wineries. The site lists 28 of those, plus 8 more non-certified wineries. There are some related links and information, but not much. The Florida tourism website, visitflorida.com, lists wineries only on their paid partner listings page and doesn't include any articles or other information about Florida wine. Craft beer is listed as a full category under dining, but not wine. In order to find wineries, you have to search the site, which brings you to the partner page with 17 wineries listed. The URL for that page is visit florida.com/en-us/topiclanding.gridview.html?T=wineries. Pretty cumbersome, and not one that will roll off your tongue in conversation. Contrast all of this with the North Carolina wine industry. When I started working on Carolina Wine Country, The Complete Guide, in 1998, There were 9 commercial wineries operating in the state. Today, there are about 150, with 7 designated wine trails and 2 American viticulture areas. Early on, the North Carolina wine industry recognized that they needed to market as agritourism, not as a commodity or agricultural product. They placed wine under the Division of Tourism. You don't need to search their site to find wineries. Go to visitnc.com/wine. The page is located on their site under the category of Eat and Drink. The North Carolina Department of Agriculture also maintains a webpage at ncwine.org that includes articles on history of North Carolina wine, food and wine pairings, and how to start a winery. There is an independently produced weekly television show on the state-run PBS channel called From the Vineyard, NC, that features individual wineries and vineyards, history, events, and discussions of various wines. Building Florida Wine Country. I've been hanging around wine and wineries for a long time, and I've had a chance to soak up a lot of ideas about wine marketing. So if I may, I'd like to offer a few suggestions. Better communication among FWGGA members. It's a must. Everybody needs to be on board in a unified effort to market Florida wine country as a whole. As we all know, there's strength in numbers, and we already have the structure through the FWGGA organization to do it. Here are some ideas. Number 1, newsletter. We need a monthly, or at the very least, a quarterly newsletter to relay information about what's happening. This includes association news, general industry news, marketing ideas, showcasing new members, just anything you want. This is not a how-to manual. It's light, it's fun, and informative for marketing and growth. We can email it to members and the media and put it on our website. We've done that before, but the last one was 2 years ago. We all know that newsletters aren't always read, but it's just one of those things that you have to do to maintain communications among members. Number 2, membership directory. A membership directory of all the vineyards and wineries. We need to make this available to all of our members. We can't grow the industry if nobody knows who and where we are. You can also use a membership directory to team up with others in your area for marketing and special events. Number 3, Facebook page and other social media. This is essential in today's marketing. At the very least, we need a Facebook page and probably Instagram and Pinterest, where we can post photos and updates. Number 4, websites. They need to be active and interesting, and most of all, constantly changing. The search engines like change. We need to add articles about wineries, events, what's happening, Florida wine news, anything and everything to draw people to the site and to get people to come and visit us. Number 5, government agencies. We need to encourage the Division of Tourism to take a more active part in marketing and promoting the Florida wine industry. Wine is agritourism and needs to be marketed as such. We need to encourage the Division of Agriculture to expand their coverage of wineries as well. A TV show like From the Vineyard would be great if someone wanted to put it together and get it onto PBS and local channels. I'm sure you'll have more ideas, but this gets us started. Now, I'm going to turn it over to you. I'll be in touch. Cheers and happy travels.